Hello, I am the Mun for R for Reload on Tumblr. Like the gayest intro I've ever seen to a Meet the Mun video, but I just woke up 10 minutes ago from my nap on the couch. That's why my hair being faggot, and I don't know where my hairbrush is because I came all the way down the basement from upstairs because the lighting was horrible. I'm gonna be answering the questions in the order they were asked, but I think I'm going to ask all the anonymous questions first because they mostly pertain to my girlfriend, and I want to get all that out of the way in case somebody doesn't care, and by somebody I mean all of you. I was going to do this when I had 200 followers. I didn't post it yet, and my laptop got destroyed, so it's 123 followers later. I don't think I've greeted one of you, so I'm just gonna do it now. Okay. First anonymous question is, how did you and Sora Mun, Sora/Edmun, my girlfriend, I'm just gonna say from now on, your girlfriend, because Sora/Edmun is too many syllables to be saying a lot. How did you and your girlfriend meet? Story time! First question right off the bat, story time. I had just moved from Wisconsin to where I am right now, Connecticut, but I was living in a different house because apparently in Connecticut, to get a mortgage on a house, you have to be living in the state for 3 months. That's really fucking dumb. But I had already been out of school for a couple of weeks in Wisconsin, and I couldn't be out of school for 3 more months here, otherwise I'd go to jail for truancy. Even though I had a perfectly good reason, because I didn't have a note from the doctor, so they wouldn't even let me in. So I had to wait 2 months for the doctor before I could even start. So I start after, I think, halfway through the school year, I think. Or right before halfway through. And so I'm in this new school, full of rich people. It's not as big as my old school. I hate everyone. I still hate everyone, but I was just loathing everything. But I woke up that morning and I thought, you know what? Let's give this a chance. Let's try to meet someone today. So I went to the guidance office to talk to, not my guidance counselor, but she was just this chick that had been helping me out. She was the teacher. But I was sitting down and 2 girls walk in. One of them has a Kuroshitsuji bag. I don't know if it was her or her friend, but I saw the bag and they were talking about the Alice in Wonderland OVA. I don't watch Kuroshitsuji. I know about it. I tried to watch it. I tried to read it. So I knew it was, anime. So I stood up. And this is the part, she will never let me let go of this. But I have the social skills of a rock. So I stand up and I said, I don't want it to seem like I'm stalking you, but I overheard you talking about Kuroshitsuji. And we started talking, and I didn't get their names, or I did and I forgot because that's how I roll. And I saw her later getting on my bus, and she's Brazilian. But I'm very racist on the inside, so I looked at her and I thought, oh shit, she's one of those mean Mexican girls who only talks to other mean Mexican girls. Let's avoid her. So I get on the bus, I sit in the first seat, because I wanted to go home. I was done with these people. I hadn't met anyone besides them that day. I didn't see any of them again. So I sat in the first seat of the bus, I wanted to go home. Bus gets packed immediately, and she comes in, and she's like, can I sit next to you? I was like, oh yeah, sure, sit wherever the fuck you want. Because I wasn't about to say no. And I don't know what happened, but somebody mentioned Kingdom Hearts. And within 5 minutes the bus ride took. We were on first name basis, we were on OTP basis, we were on I have a roleplay account on Facebook basis. She invited me to her mom's house in Rhode Island basis on the first day I met her. And I remember I was so fucking excited. I was like, is making friends that easy? And I ran home and I asked my stepmom, can I go with my new friend to Rhode Island to her mom? And my stepmom was like, sure, what's her name? I don't know. It took me so long to remember her name. I went to her mom's house in Rhode Island that weekend and still did not know her name. It took, I don't know how long to get her name. I'm fucking dumb. Second anonymous ask, in all capitals, Mun, what are your opinions on your muse being a pedophile? I think the pedophile jokes are getting old. Pedophilia isn't necessarily something to laugh at when a child is the butt of a joke. But since you're technically making the pedophile, even though he's not a pedophile, the butt of the joke, but they're a little old. Of course, Xigbar's always going to be iffy around children because he hates them. And he's broken 2 children's arms. He's always going to be iffy about them, but he's not a pedophile. And they're as old as pirate jokes. And I'm slowly learning how to combat those. Third anonymous asked, I ship Xigbar and Edward because of the Muns. You should draw that. I personally believe that Xigbar would be on the bottom. Fourth anonymous ask passed 5 questions from actual people, or not 5 questions, 5 messages containing 50 questions. Anonymous asked, have you ever masturbated thinking about your girlfriend? Is that like awk or something? Do you mean awkward? And to be 100% completely honest, no, I do not masturbate thinking about people I know, because that just sets me up to look at them the next day and be like, shit, I masturbated to you last night, and this isn't a conversation we can have right now, or ever. Shit. Who is your least favorite Kingdom Hearts character and why? See, I don't like these questions because if you would ask me, who's your least favorite character because of their plot, or who's your least favorite character because of their attitude, that I could answer. But overall, my least favorite character, I'd have to say, is Larxene. And that's because she agitates me. And you want to know why? It's because I was born with very serious ear infections. I've had surgery and tubes and all the stuff in my ears. I have the scar to prove it, and I'm getting long-lasting damage. And if you look at a chart of what I can hear, it's, normal hearing. But every now and then, it'll randomly just spike up to a pitch that I can't hear. And it's really high pitches, really low pitches, or just some really normal pitches. And some of those pitches are within, people's voice ranges. And I physically cannot hear Larxene's voice. When she talks, it sounds like somebody has a rag over her mouth, and every now and then they take it off so I can hear a syllable of what she's saying. But I cannot physically hear her voice, so I don't know what she sounds like. From my understanding, it's a little high, because I can hear her laugh, because I guess it's higher than everything else. But I can't hear her voice. It sounds like somebody talking like this, and then and then it's weird and annoying, and it frustrates me that I have to roleplay with Larxene, and I can't hear the voices in my head. Can you imagine if I wasn't able to hear Axel's voice? That would just... Another anonymous, why did you choose Xigbar to roleplay as? Another story time, but I'll keep this shorter. I had a friend in Wisconsin who revived my love for Kingdom Hearts, but it was before I replayed the games and I really knew what was going on. I recognized the characters, most of them. I didn't recognize any of the Organization 13. And there was a quiz on Facebook, and I kept taking it, and I kept getting Shion and Saix. She was like, "No, this other friend is Shion, and I guess you could be Saix, but I'm Demyx, and I need." And I remember her saying the most fucking dumb name, and I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Take the quiz again, but answer everything, a little differently." And I did. And I got Xigbar, and she was like, "Yes, I have an eye patch for you." And I still have the eye patch. Here it is. Oh. Here it is. It's got chalk on it from people drawing on it while I was wearing it. But she gave me the eye patch. She was like, "I dub you Xigbar." And I read Spoonie's comics, and I watched videos, and I played the game. And because it was only Kingdom Hearts 2 that had come out by then, I think Birth by Sleep was coming out within literally the next month. There was so little on his character to go off of. I just made a Facebook account, watched some other people, and just chose to do it. Do I regret it? Sometimes, because Xigbar is a very difficult character. I don't think I would regret it the same, if not more, if I had chosen Saix, I think, because of the new developments happening in Dream Drop Distance, because I probably would have rage quit by now. If I had done Shion, I probably would botch her character so much just because how raunchy I am, normally, and I can't really see any other organization member I would do, besides maybe Lexaeus or Vexen. But there are lots of really good of those, so I'm not even gonna try. Okay, this is what, the 6th, 7th Anonymous? Where did the idea of the listener come from? My OC blog, the listener, I've plugged him so many times. I actually did a very long, drawn-out roleplay with the listener. The short answer of where he came from, I had a dream, and I met him on the side of a road when I was expecting to meet Slenderman. But I met him instead, which is, a lot better than Slenderman. Speaking of Slenderman, the last anonymous question is, when are you and your girlfriend playing Slender? In all capitals. When we're in the same fucking house together. We live an hour away. Come on. Get off my dick. Okay, starting with asks that actual people sent me. Only 2 people were not on anonymous and sent me actual questions. The first one is from Zoldanini. Do you have a face that you make while role-playing as Xigbar? Show it to us. I'm gonna go find a reply I owe and see what face I make. Here's one. I owe this person a reply. Watch me try to get in contact with my muse and try to get it. I'll reply later. That's pretty much, the only face I make. I don't often burst out laughing unless somebody does something exceptionally funny, which doesn't happen often. Not that I'm saying you're not funny, it's just that you guys are not exceptionally funny. What is your favorite Kingdom Hearts game? Birth by Sleep, because Aqua. Do you have a favorite system to play? Because I'm poor as shit and the only game systems I have are a GameCube I can't use because the controller's broken, a Nintendo 64 of which I own 4 games, and a Nintendo DS of which I owe like 20 games, I'm gonna have to go with the DS.